Sad news for Wexford, of course, is that they've lost George O'Connor, but the replacement happens to be his brother John, who now starts at left corner back. This means a new role for Larry O'Gorman, who now starts at centre field. Rory McCarthy moves to wing forward, with the captain Martin Storey starting at centre half forward position. Match referee is Aidan McSwibna, refereeing his second Leinster final. Last time was '94 between these two teams. It's a lovely afternoon in Croke Park, and certainly any advantage is very slight. A lovely summer's breeze. Thankfully, the wind and the rain seems to have disappeared from around the capital. Wexford playing from right to left as we look. Martin Storey getting his first touch. That goes off a Wexford man and a line ball for Offaly. Delighted to introduce my co-commentator this afternoon, Nicky Brennan of Kilkenny manager. Some dramatic changes in the Wexford lineup just before the start, Nicky.
Certainly there is. There was doubts all the week, of course, about George O'Connor, and he will be a big loss, but an able deputy in his brother John, and I know he'll be delighted to be in here in the fray today, and he's breaking away now.
And it is indeed John O'Connor that has it. Takes a little bit too much out of it, perhaps. Comes to Michael Dignan. John trying to sneak inside Liam Dunn. And eventually coming across to lend a bit of assistance is the right half back, Rod Guiney. But Offaly have it once more. Pinpoint accuracy. Joe Erity to Joe Dooley.
Excellent point from Joe Dooley. I think it's what Joe is very good at, coming into the open spaces and being picked out by Joe Erity. Typical of Joe.
After 1 minute and 23 seconds of play, this is a wonderful piece of skill. And Joe Erity, just watch the way he balanced himself here. Pinpoint accuracy to Joe Dooley and straight over the bar.
Wexford will certainly have to lessen the number of errors in defence there. Rod Guiney should have cleared that ball and was punished.
Great puck up by Damien Fitzhenry, and there's a Wexford man down injured. It looks like Martin Storey. Joe Erity trying to get inside first. Billy Dooley. Dooley with a wide and Dooley with a point, and unfortunately it's brother Billy that this time has the miss. Lovely afternoon here in Croke Park. Real summer at last. They say it's going to be a summer with a little bit of a short heat wave over the next couple of days. Hopefully that's the case. It's ideal for hurling. The weather cannot be blamed in Croke Park. Martin Hannamy getting a touch there. That's going to be a line ball for Wexford. Rory McCarthy, who's looking on there as Adrian Fenlon sends in this ball, which goes to the left and wide.
Good effort by Adrian Fenlon there, just went narrowly wide. Wexford are just taking a little while to settle in this game.
Ball fools them all. Johnny Dooley pulling on it. Rod Guiney coming across. He's fouled, and that's going to be a free for Wexford.
I see the two Wexford corner forwards have already switched before the game starts. Tom Dempsey and Eamon Scallon are in opposite corners to the way they were picked.
Liam Dunn. Well picked up by Martin Storey. Liam Coughlin comes out, and that's quite a good save. Very difficult ball when you're facing against the sun. I'll give his full back line a bit of confidence. This is Sean Flood from Clubon. Not a great clearance, but it works out all right. Martin Storey clashing with Hubert Rigney. Tom Dempsey chasing after it. And Tom gets the free.
Very soft free there for Wexford.
Martin Storey's Hurley there, a little bit bent to say the least, looking for a quick replacement, which Pat Murphy, the County Board PRO, obliges. As Eamon Scallon takes this free. Hits it well and straight over the bar. It took 4.5 minutes of play for Wexford have equalised. And that picture tells its own story, the amount of support that I said earlier that's here from Slaney side. John Troy picking up an injury there, but he keeps battling on, just wiping his hand across his face. Billy Dooley, half blocked down. This is John Troy. Intercepted well by John O'Connor. And that injury is still affecting John Troy as Billy Dooley tries to cut inside, and Sean Flood brought him down. And that's going to be a free for Offaly.
Well, certainly the Wexford defence cannot afford to be giving away frees like that. I mean, again, the ball should have been cleared. Perhaps a bit over-anxious on the part of John O'Connor there. He's probably so enthusiastic to get into the game that he's just not concentrating enough on what's going on.
Johnny Dooley. Easy for the man from Sir Kieran's in the county of Offaly. 2 Offaly scores, 2 Dooley points. John Troy just seems to, there you can see that he got that injury and blood just pouring onto his jersey. Michael Dignan, well pulled on. Jerk push, excellent. That should be an inspiration to his defence. Ball breaks free, Adrian Fenlon. Much better midfielder this season. Kevin Martin, picked up nicely by Tom Dempsey. He had to get rid of it. Johnny Pilkington in a spot of bother again. No questions being asked here in Croke Park. And the referee deemed it was a double pull by a Wexford man. And he's giving the free to Offaly. Brian Wheelahan scored a point in the opening few minutes of the Leinster semi-final against Laois. That's a great free. Dropping in. Oh dear. It's tight and it's gone out over the line.
That was a great chance for Offaly. Declan Pilkington just took his eye off the ball there just at the wrong second.
Must be put down as a chance. And Offaly looking very dangerous when they go forward. It's a great puck out by Damien Fitzhenry. Larry Murphy can't hold on to it. Now he has it. Johnny Pilkington coming in to challenge. Tom Dempsey, Larry wants it. Larry has it. Larry shoots. Saved by Liam Coughlin. He really went for it, and he was right to have a goal. But Liam Coughlin stood firm.
Excellent save, but Larry Murphy should have put that ball over the bar. I mean, you get chances like that, you must put them away.
Eamon Cregan, I'm sure, will be happy that his goalkeeper, now first choice Liam Coughlin, did so well there. This is Larry O'Gorman. Hard to believe that up to the semi-final he wasn't making his place in this Wexford team. Now very much a permanent part of the side, despite missing that free. It's an interesting choice though, Nicky, putting Larry at midfield.
It is actually, yeah. I mean, but he has played there before and played very well, but he's probably more known as a defender. And interestingly, he's on the 65s today, whereas Liam Dunn is the normal 65 taker, so...
Johnny Dooley going up for it, knocking it down. Johnny Pilkington grabs it on the right-hand side, drops it in. Damien Fitzhenry. Both goalkeepers doing very well in the opening 8.5 minutes of play. Ball breaks down for Story. He has a bit of space in front of him. Not much. Now he's pushed out to the far side. Difficult angle, he sends it wide. But very good defending there by Offaly. Because when Story sees a bit of grass in front of him, he usually keeps going. And this time the Offaly defenders managed to push him out to a difficult angle.
Yes, typical Offaly defending. I mean, he was crowded by 2 players, really. He had little chance.
Oh, Joe Dooley, very unlucky. Liam Dunn sending it forward. Well gathered again by Martin Hannamy. Such a fine hurler at left corner back. This is a ball for Cushinerity. In fact, it's a ball for the umpire. Jim Berry, the chairman of Leinster Council, there on the right, beside the Fianna Fáil leader Bertie Ahern. Oh, well gathered Larry Murphy, giving it inside to Larry O'Gorman. He has plenty of space, still Larry, can he get it? Oh dear, great defending by Offaly. He got a bit of a clittering on the way down, but what a run by Larry O'Gorman. Once a cornerback, once a wing back, now a midfielder.
Larry O'Gorman got this ball here, but really he should have been satisfied to take his point at this stage. He should have taken his point. I mean, he was never going to be let walk through there, and Kevin Keenahan just did a powerful job.
Chances of both sides being wasted. Larry Murphy stopped in his tracks. Free for the Slaney-siders.
Wexford will have to take their points if they're going to win this game. They can't expect to win it on goals.
Liam Dunn. Again trying to find a full forward. Kevin Keenahan knocking it down. Gary Lappin sending it in and sending it wide. John Troy sending it in, a dangerous ball. Damien Fitzhenry!
Oh,
goal for Offaly. The ball is in the net. The referee is telling the umpire, and I think there's not going to be a unanimous decision. The green flag has been raised, and
it was certainly a close call. I'd like to see that action again.
Billy Dooley was the man who got there. Anxious faces and worried faces as that ball came in. Damien Fitzhenry waited for it, but Billy Dooley seems to be in serious trouble there.
The ball comes in from John Troy. Well, it's very debatable. I mean, he went up at the ball with Damien Fitzhenry. It's a very, very close call. It's a very close call. The goal stands, I suppose, and that's all that matters now.
Billy Dooley suffering from a hefty shoulder from John O'Connor, which squeezed him up against the net. And Billy Dooley gets credit for the goal.
You would certainly want to see it from another angle, to be sure. Okay, Billy Dooley comes in. I'd say he came in along with the ball. It's very hard to call.
Down at the other end, Wexford respond with a point. And a very good one indeed by Rory McCarthy. Joe Dooley at the far side, but Declan Pilkington was the man that was fouling, so it's a free for Wexford. Well, already after 13 minutes and 49 seconds, plenty to talk about in this Leinster final. Should the goal have been allowed or not? Some holding there by Offaly. Martin Hannamy gets it out a small bit as far as Hubert Rigney and Brian Wheelahan. That's a good ball. Jer Cush comes forward, knocks it away, only for Joe Dooley to get there first. Beside him, Liam Dunn. Difficult angle for Joe. No, not difficult for Joe.
Excellent Joe Dooley point. He's on his game here today, but Wexford will have to be far tighter in the half-back line. They're letting the half-forward line far too much space and latitude around the field.
A very fine point by Joe Dooley. Well gathered by Larry O'Gorman. And that is sailing straight over the bar. discarded the helmet. He now can see clearly, and definitely the goalposts are within his sights.
That's a great inspirational point for Larry O'Gorman. That should certainly rise his colleagues around it now.
Again, a massive puck out by Liam Coughlin. Troy's Hurley has gone in one direction, the Slither in the other. Good work here by Rory McCarthy. He suffers the headache from Kevin Martin, I think. And that's going to be a line ball for Offaly. Johnny Pilkington. It's a good line cut. Well gathered by Rob Guiney, must be said. And a good clearance. Not very far. Michael Dignan is there. Cuts away from Larry O'Gorman. Hooked by Larry O'Gorman. Left behind and cleared almost. Well blocked. And it's Offaly. Billy Dooley giving it to Declan Pilkington, and that's a point.
Well, again, Wexford had ample opportunities to clear that. I mean, Offaly are capitalising on so many errors in the Wexford defence, and I think Wexford will just have to get their clearances out that little bit better. Billy Dooley broke in behind John O'Connor. John is obviously suffering lack of match practice, I think, today. He just seems that little bit too anxious.
Back and round midfield. Martin Storey is fouled, and that's another free for Wexford. Wexford keep in touch every time Offaly go forward, though there's almost inevitably a score. Eamon Scallon is the man that's going to take it. He scored 4 points in the semi-final against Dublin. Reasonably easy target to aim at. Eamon Scallon gets his second point. And Wexford now trail by just that Billy Dooley goal. 1-4 for Offaly, 4 points for Wexford. Johnny Dooley battling with Larry O'Gorman. Michael Dignan. Oh, that's a beauty. A lovely touch by Michael Dignan. Dooley knocked it down for the bank official, and he duly put it over the bar.
I think Sean Flood and Larry O'Gorman got themselves into a bit of a mess there. Larry went in on top of Sean, and the ball fell to his man.
Well gathered by Larry Murphy, giving Brian Whelan plenty to think about. Good run by Murphy. At the finish again. But this time the referee has given a semi-penalty for a frontal charge. Not a shoulder, he says, Aidan McSwigna of Dublin. And Wexford have Damien Fitzhenry, the goalkeeper, running all the way. The goalkeeper is coming up to take the semi-penalty. This is the incident again.
Larry Murphy is running through here again. Brian Whelan is hitting him fairly hard, but nothing too illegal about it. But I think it was Kevin Keenan was the man who committed the foul. So this is an excellent chance for Wexford, and it could be a real boost from if Damien Henry can convert this.
Damien Fitzhenry, he did it in the semi-final against Dublin, but this is the real test. Fitzhenry hits it. Goal for the country of Wexford.
Great goal by Damien Fitzhenry. If that's not going to lift Wexford, nothing will. Just the score they wanted, and it atones for the one maybe that he might have got his hurl to a moment ago. That went in at the other end. It's all to play for now, just what Wexford needed.
David Fitzgerald did it in a Munster final of '95. Damien Fitzhenry does it in the Leinster final of '96. We've got a whopping good final on Croke Park. Dignan responding, and he sends it wide. But it's amazing that when Dignan was sending that ball wide, and with the result, the Wexford lads were whooping with joy.
Yeah,
their gander is up, I think, Nicky.
Bit of a let-off there, but I think Larry O'Gorman, while he's playing well at midfield, is not really accustomed to the position. I mean, he's backing into the half-back line, and he's not watching the breaking ball that's coming in on top of Michael Dignan. Adrian
Fenlon unable to hold on to it. Johnny Dooley. Sean Flood with it. Still Dooley. Hard to get away for the man from Sabon. Dooley looking for a bit of help from Michael Dignan. Larry O'Gorman coming in to challenge. A ball for Joe Erity. Damien Fitzhenry scoring at one end, saving at the other. Down towards Martin Storey. Picked up by Brian Wheelahan. Over towards Kevin Martin. And again it's Wheelahan. The hurley again broken. Rod Guiney, his opposite number 5. Pucking it back up to his forwards. Gathered this time by Tom Dempsey. There's nobody in the full forward line, so it's an easy ball for Liam Coughlin. Sends it back over to this side, over towards Johnny Dooley. Gets there ahead of Sean Flood. A shot which is tailing to the right and wide. With a great passage of play. That slither going from one end of the field to the other.
Oh, the Wexford attack, I think, are going to have to hold their shape a little bit better. I mean, they're running all over the place, and Tom Dempsey taking a shot there from 50 metres, and there was nobody inside 30 metres of the goal. They'll have to hold their positions better than that.
Ball knocked down towards Rory McCarthy. Oh, that's a real tester. It's dropping and dropping. Tom Dempsey, is there a Wexford man there? There isn't. There is now. Martin Storey. Outside him is Larry Murphy. Storey sees what he wants to do and he puts it over the bar. The captain from out at the bottom gets his first point in the Leinster final. And look at these Wexford people, and there's only, what, 21 minutes gone in the first half. The sides level in Croke Park.
Great score by Martin Storey. He's after working very hard for that score over the last 5 minutes, and it's due reward for that hard work.
Michael Dignan. Johnny Pilkington was outside him. The pass was not a good one. Coming in is Liam Dunn. Sending it down towards Gary Laffin. Kevin Keenahan. The Rock of Offaly. Giving into the engine room himself, Johnny Pilkington. Sean Flood and Johnny Dooley. Nipping in with a nice touch of skill, class and determination. Liam Dunn. And Adrian Fedlin coming in on Michael Dignan, a little bit OTT, and Liam Dunn is still down on the deck, but now he's all right. They're not too pleased with the referee's decision.
I think Liam was a little harsh on Liam there. I think he thought he was getting it free first, and then I think he actually fell over the ball to stop the off-day player playing it, but a little harsh.
The booing is not for Liam Dunn, but very much for Aidan McSwivna, the referee. Johnny Dooley has scored 1 point so far in this Leinster final. This one is going straight over the crossbar. 2 points for Johnny, and the girls are happy. 1 point between the teams. Superb by Larry O'Gorman. Liam Coughlin happy to see it go out over the line. Interestingly, Nicky, it's unusual to see Offaly change their wing backs. Brian Wheelahan has now gone over to left half. Kevin Martin now playing at right half back.
Well, I think that's very much down to the way Larry Murphy is playing today. He's at long last maybe fulfilling the promise.
Can the promise be maintained for another 12 minutes first half, 35 minutes in the second? Coming into the middle, Michael Dignan. And Wexford are chasing and harassing. Something that Offaly seem to be masters at. That's going to be an easy ball for Damien Fitzhenry. And the Offaly backroom team there, Eamon Cregan, Joachim Kelly, Andy Gallagher and Podge Mulher, having a serious consideration about a move. And I think the move is going to become a reality as Eamon comes down towards the forwards. Aidan McSwivna is not waiting for Kevin Martin to tie his laces. Johnny Pilkington as usual in the thick of it. So too is Martin Henry. Pull, pull, pull seems to be the motto. Larry O'Gorman, he's doing so well at midfield, despite it not being his natural position. Gary Laffin. With Shane McGuckin to Tom Dempsey. Well blocked by Kevin Keenahan. Great play by the number 3. Down towards Adrian Fenlon, who waited for it. John Troy nipping in. Lovely stroke. Back to Hanemy. No catching of the slither in the hand from Hanemy. There is by Sean Flood. Back to Joe Dooley, who sends it forward, looking for the full forward Joe Erity. It's the first time he's beaten Joe Cush cleanly. Trying to get inside him. Cush mans it manfully, and a save by Fitzhenry. Great save. Declan Pilkington. Back to Billy Dooley, who's satisfied with a point. A goal and a point for Billy Dooley, but Damien Fitzhenry brought off a point-blank save.
Well, Joe Erity here is attempting to get in around Ger Cush, not finding it too easy. Great shot. Very good save by Damien Fitzhenry because he got it right beside the post.
Great catching here by Martin Storey. Well dispossessed. He needs a little bit of help now. Good play by Rory McCarthy, and another point by the midfielder from St. Martin's. 2 points for Wexford, for this man. 1 point between the teams once more. Larry O'Gorman almost. Sean Flood for definite. Picked up by Larry Murphy. Tom Dempsey, nice skill, getting away from the Offaly captain Shane McGuckin. A crossover to Eamon Scallon. On the turn, and Wexford are level yet again. 3 points for Eamon Scallon.
Excellent point by Eamon Scallon. Lovely ball in though from Tom Dempsey, must be said.
Is it going to be Wexford's day? They really are battling with tremendous determination and courage. It's early days. There are handballers in Offaly. Tony Pilkington proves it. Joe Erity adds to the reputation. Intercepted well by Rod Biney. And you get the feeling that Wexford defence have come to terms just a little bit. Again, it's Wexford sending it in low to Gary Laffin, who's moving Kevin Keenahan out around the new Cusack stand to have a good view. He's fouled by Keenahan. And that probably is the right thing to be doing, Nicky, bringing Kevin Keenahan out to the wings.
Well, I think so, but as long as they decide to leave somebody like Tom Dempsey inside, who Tom won't mind me saying may not be as mobile as Gary, somebody needs to hang in around the goal there for those dropping balls, and I think they might profit from a breaking ball.
Eamon Scallon with the fray and with the points. They're not missing them this afternoon. 4 points for Eamon, and Wexford are in front. If anybody thought this was going to be easy, let me persuade you and change your mind. This is going to the wire all the way. 70 minutes of exciting Leinster Championship hurling. The championship holders from the county of Offaly are going to be really under pressure here. You can just sense it around the ground. You can sense it when you see sheer courage and determination from Wexford.